Here we go. Here we go. Hey. All right. Hi. Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Genelle. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. Today's video, from the title you can tell, I'm giving you guys a little update. I get a lot of DMs, I get a lot of questions, comments, concerns, wanting an update, and that is my bad. I did not do a 6-month and a 9-month rhinoplasty update. I literally just hit my 9-month mark. Crazy to think, honestly. If you're new here and you haven't watched my first 2 videos, I did a video right after my rhinoplasty and then a 3-month update. I really got into the nitty-gritty, the details of the actual full surgery and process. If you go and watch those videos or have watched those videos and there's still some things that you want me to clarify in the whole process, leave a comment down below. I'll be sure to answer some questions. If I'm just gonna give you guys a quick overview of the actual surgery, I'm a baby. I hate needles. I hate anything that has to do with knowing that I'm gonna be cut open. This is my first surgery I ever had. It was my first time really going under anesthesia, so I was terrified. I was so nervous. However, I will say it's so important when you're doing your research to go with someone, a doctor, a clinic, wherever you're going, that it's gonna provide a safe, communicative, clear idea of what you're stepping into, and that they're providing a safe, clean environment. I think that was my #1 thing when I was doing this. Obviously, you want the procedure to go well as well, but I think just making sure that all my questions were answered, there was so much clarification beyond. And I think when you're doing research for yourself and going in for consultations, really make sure you're keeping your eyes peeled for that, because that was a huge deal for me when feeling more comfortable with the whole process. And I was terrified pretty much the entire time. I felt like my life was on standby even a few months before I even got my surgery, because I was just so scared. Also, a quick summary of the very first week. That is all in the very first video I ever posted. Basically, you are bedridden. You cannot really move for 7 solid days from my experience. And for most people that I've watched their videos and their reviews on their rhinoplasties and their recovery, depending on what you get. I had issues with my nose. I had hurt my nose prior. I was removing a bone. And so sometimes depending on what you need done, recovery can be different, but most of the time it's 7 days. You are pretty much in bed. You should not be moving around. You don't want a ton of blood rushing to your head causing bleeding or anything like that. I had very minimal bleeding. I didn't have anything crazy. You have stents in your nose to keep the nose propped up. Some people I've seen, they have stents put in and it completely blocks their airway, so they have to breathe completely through their mouth. My stents were more flat and rectangular, so there was a little bit of airflow that was able to come out. It wasn't crazy amount, but I was still able to breathe a little bit out of my nose. So I didn't get the terrible dry mouth feeling that some people said their mouths would literally chap up and dry up and crack and all this stuff. And I was so fearful of that. I didn't have that because I was able to get a little bit of air through my nose and through my mouth. I still had to lubricate my mouth a lot, but it wasn't horrible. I wasn't up on my pain meds the first day. I kind of was like, oh, I feel fine, whatever. And I went to bed. And because of the internal fixing I needed done, it caused aching all in my bone. You're literally breaking a bone, cracking a bone, or really hard cartilage. So your entire face is sore. I didn't keep up on the painkillers, so I remember trying to sleep. It took 3 hours for these painkillers to really kick in. It was miserable. Other than that, everything was pretty smooth. Liquid diet, smoothies, mac and cheese, soft things. It was really nice. I was on the couch watching movies. My brother was keeping me entertained. So that's the first 7 days. I really go into detail. Definitely check out that video, my very first video. So then there's the reveal. So after 7 days, I went in, I had my cast removed. I was completely in shock, traumatized. I almost passed out. I didn't recognize myself. I looked like a different person. I looked crazy. It was the most mortifying one of the most, because I've been through a couple experiences of my life, to look in the mirror and see someone I literally have never seen in my entire life, but knowing that it was me. It wasn't even an out-of-body experience. It was like I'm in my body, but I'm looking at something I literally never had seen in 29 years, but my brain was stuck to it inside it. Some reveal people, they come out and they look normal and their swelling is like fine and they look okay and they're so excited. Sometimes people too, when they're having work done or like a plastic surgery, specifically for just the aesthetic, because they're going from something kind of gnarly in their mind to something way more aesthetic and perfect, their reveal is a lot more like, oh wow, you know, great. I didn't have a horrible nose. I was fixing stuff internally and I knew I was gonna have to have it fixed at some point in my life. And then I also was like, let's just, you know, remove my bump. Let's, you know, this is great. So I didn't think my reveal was gonna be anything like crazy. What the issue was the way they set the nose upwards. My nose was stuck straight. Literally, it was like up and flipped and small and short looking on my face. I like a more elongated look. So because the nose was set during surgery upwards, so that way as healing it falls, that looked crazy. The end of my nose was really swollen, like here, but then it was really skinny here because the cast was condensing the swelling. So my bridge all of a sudden went from like a thicker bridge because I had gotten rid of it. I had a bone. When the bone was shaved down, obviously it narrows it. So this was so skinny, but this was huge. So it was like skinny, huge ball of a nose and nostrils. Plus the nostrils were uneven because swelling doesn't come down the same. I thought my life was gonna be over. I did. I really did. It was really painful. And the reason why I make this video is for those of you who haven't done a surgery but have thought about it, or have done the surgery and have felt the same way and just need someone to feel like, you know, like they're not alone. And I felt so alone because all the videos that I did watch from my doctor, other doctors, whatever, the reveals were catastrophically happy tears. You come out this way more beautiful human being. Mind you, I was seeing some people 7 days after, some days 3 months after, some days 9 months. These doctors kind of post like whatever result looks the best or most exciting, right? That's how the internet is. So when I did my reveal, I was like, girl, why don't I feel like this? Plus, my surgery, I stayed in the United States, and as we know, if you've done any research, or maybe you've never done research, you just came across this video, there's a lot of surgeries that happen in Mexico and Turkey for BBLs, body stuff, noses, hair transplant, like literally so many things. I stayed in the US, I felt safe. Like I said, I'm a baby. I just really wanted a guarantee, safe, easy, in the neighborhood, but I did pay like 10 times the amount. Maybe not 10, but so basically after the reveal, they just go, okay, go home and heal. Time is on your side. That was painful. That was hard. So that was that. So before I go any further, I'm gonna give you guys like a front, sides, profiles of my nose now and just kind of go over how I'm feeling, recovery, what to expect in between like the 3 to 6 month and then the 6 to 9 month. Okie dokie, zoomy zoom. Okay, here we go. So this is me. Obviously I am wearing makeup. This is me from the front. Yeah, like I said, I have makeup on, but this is the look of the nose. It's still a little bit upward, so if I feel this part, some of this was taken off. I kind of wish it was not. I wish it stayed so it like hung down. Some people don't want it hanging, they want it flat. The main majority of the tip now is here. It used to be way more up, which I did not like. I did not want an upturned nose. It's beautiful on some people, not on me, babe. So this is the nose, okay? And then this is the nose from the side. This is my right side. And then this is counterclockwise. As you can see, there's still a little bit of like a slope. I kind of wish more bone was left to give it a little bit more of that straight look. And then I wish the tip was more down, so I had more of a bump here, or not a bump, but like something not as carved out. And the tip is down a little bit more, but remember I am 9 months out, so we'll see. So this is whatever this angle is. And then I'll do it for this side here. Sorry, my lips are chapped. And then this is my left side profile. I always have preferred my right side over my left. I don't know why. So yeah, these are my profiles. Front side, whatever this is, diagonal. So yeah, it's definitely different from what I had before. I will insert a clip of my face from when I was literally 3 years ago. I had nose filler and I had my bump concealed and it was attached to my forehead, so all this like ran straight down. I definitely would say the nose that I have now looks way more like the nose I used to have when I first started this whole thing. That was not the case. You can still see my nostrils more than what I've ever wanted. I really liked how my nose hung down and went straight, and the nostrils weren't seen as much from the front. I'm not a full year yet, so yeah. So my 3 to 6 month period, so from March to June, I just noticed uneven swelling. So like one side of my nose would be really waved to the left, and I'd just be like, oh my gosh, my shit is crooked. Like, this looks bad. Some days the swelling would go down. I would travel and sometimes the nose would swell up so much and sometimes it wouldn't. It just really depended on so many factors probably, that my nose would be swollen and look crooked and weird or upturned because the tip would, it was just blah. So 3 to 6 months, it wasn't anything crazy change, crazy great, crazy bad. It was just like uneven swelling a lot of the times. That part was actually more frustrating because there were days where I was like, oh, my nose isn't bad. And then there was days I was like, it's just like swiveled and just uneven. So yeah. So 6 to 9 months, basically this summer, I kind of got through the uneven swellingness. My nose still isn't perfectly straight, and I understand that chasing perfection is really toxic and unhealthy, and I don't strive to be perfect. I have many flaws, actually. Surprise! Just kidding. No, I have many flaws, and you know, you gotta live with them. However, it's been so hard for me to accept like my nose. I've always been like this, and there's no childhood trauma. I've talked about this in my other videos. There is no one who bullied me for my nose, literally nothing. I've just, that is something I've just held on myself for so long and so many years. And I realized that, you know, it was a trauma I have to literally fix, and that surgery can't just like change your whole life. At least not mine. Maybe some people's, not mine. So my thoughts now. So my nose, like I said, it's not perfect and it's not perfectly straight. It's still a little more upturned than I'd like. I'd like it more straight and almost like the tip that's heavier here. I wish it was more like here, but we're talking millimeters, guys. At this point, I'm just like, you know, it is what it is. It's my face. At times I will take photos and I'm just like, wow, my nose looks like a fake nose, and I hate that. I wanted something natural, and you'd be like, okay, Genelle, well, you're getting plastic surgery. Yes, babe, but I want it natural. You know what I mean? I just felt like when I was fixing my issues and then removing my bump, I was like, oh, this will still be natural. I don't want this like fake pixie nose. I knew it wouldn't look good on my face. Some people are naturally born with that kind of nose, and some people just also get it done. I knew I wasn't gonna look good like that. So, you know, kind of bummed sometimes because my nose does look a little, you know, I don't know. Yeah. My struggles that I have is the surgery didn't erase the pain and the hatred for my self-image. So to elaborate, I was still fighting inner demons all this year through just wanting to accept my nose and being like, wow, my nose is bomb. I don't feel that way. And I feel like a reason why this is one of 2 reasons why I think a lot of celebrities don't talk about their plastic surgery always openly, is because they think that certain surgeries will make them feel and even look better. And then they get the surgery done and they were like, damn, like, it's not that I look worse and it's not that I look 10 times better. I just look slightly different and modified, but not really. So it's kind of embarrassing. Because if you talk about it, you're basically admitting to a trauma or insecurity that maybe doesn't look that much better when you fixed it. So then people are like, why did you do that? And then it's just extra judgment harping on your trauma or insecurity. And so I can see why celebrities don't want to talk about it. And yeah, you should be transparent about things that you've done, but if they truly look in the mirror and they were like, this didn't make me look or feel better, just altered it slightly, I feel stupid. It's hard to talk about. And people are humans too. Anyone who gets it done. So just so you know, nobody owes you an explanation as to why they got a surgery done, who they got it done by, if they like it, why they're lying. I don't know. I feel like the reason why I have always wanted a beautiful nose was not because people were giving a falsified beauty image for me. It was literally, I was looking at people like Adriana Lima and Irina Shayk who were born perfect and being like, wow, I want that. Well, not born perfect, but you get what I'm saying. So don't let people who have gotten plastic surgery affect, and this is way easier said than done, but don't let it affect how you view yourself, because a lot of those times those people are dealing with traumas, they're dealing with insecurities, they can't find happiness. And some people are very much happy and they get some sort of plastic surgery and they're just as happy. I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about maybe a majority though. A lot of people do end up going into surgeries because of an insecurity or a deep wound or some sort of searching. And I think I really went into that. Obviously I had to fix some stuff, but I could have just only fixed some stuff. I didn't have to remove my bump on my nose. It's hard. It's really hard. Why I haven't shared my doctor. I get literally cyberbullied, internet bullied in my DMs, my messages, comments, whatever, about why I haven't shared my doctor. I didn't go through this experience and this journey and document this openly and honestly so I could give you guys a recommendation of a doctor. My channel is built on people being able to take life lessons of myself and things that I love doing, don't love doing, things that give me pain, don't give me pain, whatever, and give that to you guys as a friendship so you guys can either take away something, relate to something, learn something, be inspired. This isn't to share a doctor recommendation. I think that's also another reason why a lot of celebrities don't share their plastic surgery, because then if it does look really good, but maybe they think it looks like shit, people are like, oh, what doctor did you go to? Or maybe they went into a plastic surgery and they thought wow, this is gonna be life-changing, and it literally made them more insecure or made them want to fix more. Then people are like, who's your doctor? It looks so good. And if they think it looks like shit, they don't want to share it. So I haven't been happy with my healing process. It was a lot harder for me. I had a lot of self-image issues. I thought all my problems would be fixed. They were not. And I took a long time, years of my life, to research, and I found what worked for me, and that's not gonna work for everybody. I'm not gonna recommend something that I took so seriously. The search for it was built off of a trauma. I then fixed it and was still not I just feel like for those who are asking over and over and time again for who my doctor is, I find it very rude, and you will continue to be ignored, because if you cannot respect my decision to not share the doctor, I'm not giving you the time of day. I don't feel comfortable sharing my doctor. I don't at this point. Maybe someday I will, but that's on my own time, my own terms. And for me, even sharing this experience, I don't owe this to anybody. The reason why I did it was because I want people to feel like they have a safe space to ask me questions about my trauma before the surgery, during, my struggles, my imaging issues, literally everything. I want to be that space that not a lot of people feel comfortable providing, which is fine. It's not here to give you the rec to my doctor, because I'm not 100% happy with it. And it's not his fault. It's just something that I went into, first of all, not wanting to share the recommendation of the doctor, because I did so much research and took so much time to find what worked for me. And I think if you are very serious about a plastic surgery, go to consultations, do your research, do therapy if you're doing it for maybe some wrong reasons, or it's a trauma, or it's an imaging issue. There's so much work to be done, and then that doctor will speak to you. And I just feel like I don't feel comfortable. That's all I'm gonna say. And again, if I am continue to be asked, you will be ignored. And if you continue to ask and it's like somewhat bothersome, I will block you. I don't feel comfortable. I'm sorry. Plastic surgery to me, I take very seriously. I take doctors very seriously. This isn't something light to like toss around as like, oh, go here, go, you know what I mean? I also paid a lot of money for this surgery that I'm not like super proud of. And I feel like I just don't want to reveal that information. I don't want people to think it's a flex. I don't want people to judge me off of the amount of money I paid. I don't want slander on that. It's just like, you know, you get to a point where you're just like, you really kind of want some stuff to yourself. And that's a piece I'm gonna keep to myself. And like I said, if you can't respect it, you will be blocked, you will be ignored. And I'm sorry if that makes you upset, but there are a lot of other people who feel comfortable sharing their doctors and their recommendations. It's literally all over YouTube. But as of right now, you know, things can change. But right now, this is my decision and this is what I'm sticking with. So I think to close is I've continued to have issues with my imaging and, you know, what I think is beautiful to me and feeling like I'm enough. And this doesn't just pertain to my nose. It goes way deeper. It's definitely a trauma. It's definitely insecurities I've built. And we all have insecurities. And that's why I'm here. I want you guys to feel like you have someone and you're not alone in feeling the way you do. You know, it's hard, especially when you see people being like, why'd you do anything? You were so great before. Now you look like every other bitch. Like, okay, great, you know, there's nothing I can do now. And I struggle, you know, do I regret it? I don't. Would I go back and have my old nose? No. Would I go back and pick a different doctor? I don't know. Would I go back? Like, I don't even want to relive that anymore. I've gotten so far that I just like am ready to just like keep going with my life. I will say a positive thing about it is because I don't have the bump, my nose like photographs pretty well from all angles, but I still, like I said, I still have days where I really struggle feeling pretty, and I struggle accepting it. And also knowing that I went through what I did and paid the money that I did and all of it, all the years, and then I'm just like, and I'm still not fully happy, it kind of makes me disappointed and sad at myself. But then you gotta snap out of it and just realize it is what it is and you have to move forward, you have to keep moving on. I'm sorry if this video may come off negative. I'm not trying to be negative at all. I'm just sharing with you my reality. And I am a very happy person. I spend a lot of my days just mostly happy and excited for life. I'm still young, I have a lot ahead of me, but that doesn't mean I don't get down. I don't let certain like thoughts of mine overcome my whole brain. Yeah, if you have any questions, this is my 9-month, I can't believe I'm saying it, 9-month update. The full recovery for a rhinoplasty is said to be 12 to 18 months. Minimum. A doctor won't correct, fix your nose, do anything, even if it's messed up for at least a year. They will not touch it because there is so much healing that has to go into it. So yeah, however, I thank you guys for the support on these videos and showing me love and, you know, being there for me. And yeah, it's hard to talk about these things. It is. It's hard to be open about what you don't like about yourself because everyone on the internet, everyone in general wants to just come off likable and lovable and confident, right? We want that. So to get on the internet especially and talk about something that hurts or makes you feel less than, it's really hard. And it's kind of embarrassing because you're admitting to a flaw that you don't like about yourself. So, you know, this journey wasn't easy for me to share, but I know I'm not the only one. And I know that there are people out there that think about plastic surgery and want it so bad. There are people that have had it done and wish they didn't, had it done and are so glad that they did. It's life-changing. There are people that it changed their life, but they're not happy because they have a new face and maybe they were like, oh, I don't feel the same, like I'm having an identity crisis. It's all crazy. It's a big deal. Don't take this stuff lightly. This leads down to mental health, and mental health is very serious. And yeah, now I'm rambling. So anyways, I hope you guys liked this updated video. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Let me know any questions down below besides who my doctor is, because I'm not fucking telling you. But anything else, I'm here for you guys. I love you guys, and the continued support always is Literally, I don't know what I would do without you guys. And just know that a lot of your favorite celebrities and people you see, they've had lip injections, nose jobs, a boob job. Do whatever makes you happy, but also realize that doing it may not make you happier. You know what I mean? It may actually make you realize that you need healing and that something so superficial isn't gonna fix all your problems, you know? I remember one day I used to say if I just had clear skin, all my problems would go away. That certainly was not the case, babe. My last little detail I wanted to add in is be patient with yourself if you went through a surgery. Time is on your side, it will heal. Learn to love yourself, but be patient. If you are in the first 9 months of a surgery, especially, you have to be patient. People would tell me that and I'd be like, nope, you're lying, you're lying. I'm not lying, I don't lie. So be patient and love yourself, love yourself. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you with all my heart. It hurts. Mwah.